Baby, this is real food, real life.
Hi, we're here with Caroline Behringer with Immune Nutrition, and she's going to teach all of us how to make cultured vegetables.
Preparation is really important. You need to have the right materials. So you want to make sure that you have some large bowls, a food processor, and some people like to use the S blade. I say S as in S. This will make more of kind of like a crushed cultured vegetable, more like a horseradish. Mushier, like applesaucey kind of consistency.
She knows I don't like mine mushy.
Yes, so that's a mushier blend. I prefer to use the shredding blades. And then of course you want to have a good sharp knife and a peeler. We're ready to prepare to make our cultured vegetables. And what we want to do is, we've sort of prepared some of the ingredients. Now, you want the base of your cultured vegetables to be the shredded cabbage. So think of it like this. You've got a pot of soup. What is most of the soup consisting of? Broth, right? And then you're going to add in a little carrot, a little rice, and it kind of flecks through the broth so you have a soup that's not tons of vegetables and it's not tons of broth either. Okay, so think of 80% cabbage, 20% added things. And we're going to use Tamara's liquids to be the inoculant to make the cultured vegetables.
Now, what's an inoculant?
Well, it's basically what you're going to add to the vegetables to make them become cultured. But I really think that the liquids, in particular, work well for cultured vegetables.
Explain to them why the liquids work so well when you're culturing vegetables.
Because they're so alive, they get started right away with the culturing and they take less time.
How do you establish if you wanted to make it spicy?
Oh, just put in some hot peppers. Serrano or some red chili peppers or some jalapenos would be fine. First, we need to do some peeling.
You've got such good energy that when you make things, they just taste better than everybody else's.
That's a huge part of culturing. Bacteria are sentient beings. They are receptive to the energy that are around them. Just like when your grandma made you a sandwich, she could make you a ham sandwich and it tasted 10 times better than when you did it yourself or when somebody else made it. But the most important thing is that you put love into the food and that you respect the gift of life that these foods bring you and the health that they bring you.
How long would a process like this normally take?
I would say allow 3 or 4 hours. We've processed the bulk of the cabbage, but let's see what it looks like to get the other ingredients in there. And then do the leafy greens last.
Okay, there we go. I got it going. There you go.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting crazy here. Now we're going to need a broom. We have to add a broom to your list of things that you need. We're just doing it together now because of time restraints. But normally you would take each one and shred them separately.
Exactly.
Now we're just going to do a little carrot.
Here we go. All right, that'll be good. So before we move on, I just want to mention about these collards here. You can use kale or chard, spinach, whatever you want to do. Kale and collards tend to have a very thick spine, so you can either tear down like this, which is pretty easy, or you can just take a knife and cut it. And that's what it would look like here. Now let's put in parsley and dill. How beautiful that is.
So beautiful.
And maybe one more cucumber and a half of this pepper. Be careful with garlic, ginger, onions, and these peppers because they will overpower the flavor of your culture. So use the least amount. Like I'd say for 12 jars, use 1 pepper.
And how long will these jars last in my refrigerator?
Unopened, 6 months to a year. Parsley and dill. We're making a kind of a garden blend. This is what you guys need to see. This is pretty labor intensive. It's not just 1, 2, 3. All right, so we've got this beautiful mixture here. Isn't that lovely? Smells so good too. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix this and we're gonna pick a blend. So let's transfer some of this into each of these bowls. That should fill a jar.
Wow.
Okay, time to inoculate.
So we'll go with the grapefruit.
Let's go with that first. Pour just enough Tams over it to create a little bit of juice in the bottom. So go for it, go for it, go for it. Very good. And then we're just gonna toss this and cover the bacteria all over the cabbage. It's important that we get everything mixed well. And you're gonna start to see a little bit of juice is gonna start coming out, okay? And they're gonna go to work right away on these vegetables. very important that your produce be room temperature. So if you plan on culturing, put it out the night before so it's room temperature when you get together with your friends and you do this. That way, bacteria don't like cold.
Right.
They will slow down and go to sleep. They like your warm body. Just warm, not hot. Don't boil because you'll kill microbes when you boil.
And microbes is good bacteria.
That's exactly right. I want to show you something. If you were to just pack your jar loosely like that, as it cultures, you end up with half a jar. You have to pack them down very firmly. Get your fist in there. And you can see as I'm doing this, see how the juice rises up every time I press on it? Okay, I'm gonna put a little water in here, filtered water, just to get everything under the brine. You're wondering why I saved this head of cabbage. I'm gonna take off some leaves and create a barrier for what's in the jar. Tuck it in all around the sides. Brine on the top, covering the cabbage leaf that acts as a seal to make this a fully anaerobic process. And then you cover, set in a warm area.
How tight do you have to do it?
What you want to do is just give it a little, that's it. But set it in a casserole dish or some kind of dish because the brine will spill out a little bit as the pressure is in the jar. Because this is a two-piece lid, it may very well weep a little bit. And that's fine. 5 to 7 days in a very, very warm spot.
Where would that be in my house now that you're here?
Between 70 and 74 degrees is really the most ideal.
Measurement-wise, here everybody's watching us, but we don't know measurement-wise.
To make 12 jars, which is 1 case of mason jars, 32-ounce quart size, wide mouth, so you can get your hand in there and press these veggies down. It's very important they be wide mouth, otherwise they're like a mayonnaise jar, and it's like, you can't get it.
How many cabbage heads did we do with these 12 32?
5 full heads of cabbage and 1 left over for the things, okay? Then we had like 3 or 4 carrots, 5 or 6 cucumbers, 1 red pepper, because remember those flavors overpower, and then a little handful of dill, a little handful of parsley, and then some collards, okay?
And how many collards?
1 bunch. Yeah. And sometimes 1 bunch looks like the leaves are like this big, and sometimes they're that big. So you just be creative. You can use any of these liquids, by the way, to make other cultured beverages. Chutney, salsa, coconut kefir, relishes.
Teach me how to make those relishes.
Absolutely, you can pickle. I mean, you can do lots of things.
You can drink it while you're making it.
Drink it while you're making it.
So now I'm going to put this in ice chest.
A cooler.
A cooler.
You do not put these in the refrigerator until they're finished culturing. You'll stop the culturing process in the refrigerator.
They go to sleep.
Warm place, 5 to 7 days. Don't be afraid to open it and taste it. Don't be afraid if it kind of climbs out of the jar. It's okay.
When do you really know?
You kind of know by the color. It kind of looks yellowy and faded. See the difference? This is the same exact blend, although this is the cultured blend and this is the uncultured, but it's going to ferment.
So make your own cultured vegetables and have fun with your friends doing it. Either way, you've got to have them. I have these with CJ and Nolan and Marlo and Molly and Christine, Kelly and Ryan. Jeff loves them. When they're done, we just take a corn tortilla, you just burn them, and then we put a scoop of this. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Just making a little cultured vegetable taco. It is delicious.
You can use them as salsa with baked blue corn chips.
Oh yes, my girlfriend, what she does is she takes the regular organic tomato salsas and she adds a couple scoops of the cultured vegetables and makes that into a cultured vegetable salsa, and so it's very healthy, and those not alive, not good for you corn tortilla chips become something that you can digest. Hi, you're with Tamara Yap and Caroline Behringer with Real Food, Real Life. And if you eat something bad,
eat something good.
Balance your life. Thanks for coming.